Here's some old videos of me when I was in my addiction, struggling with a bunch of ODs and just making life decisions and dealing with drug dealing and homelessness.
My 40th, 41st time overdosing. And, it fucking sucks.
I'd just like to add, I don't know how much times I OD'd, but I was pretty sure it was over 40.
Every time I overdose, it hurts more and more.
I'm gonna cut this video off here. This one gets pretty depressing. I actually bust out in tears and I'm like, I need help.
I need help. I need help, man.
It was interesting in my addiction. I was able to become a drug dealer, then be a hardcore drug addict at the same time, to getting arrested and losing everything, and then going back to being homeless or living in a tent or, all that stuff. Back on the streets, trying to get an apartment. Got a job. Just need an apartment now. See, around this time was one of the most hardest times I found for myself, because I was homeless. Wasn't on good terms with my family, and I just didn't know what to do. So I had to make a decision, and that was either go to treatment or go back into addiction and start selling drugs. I was already a drug dealer. I was just a small-time drug dealer supplying my habit. But as I moved forward and progressed, I became a bigger drug dealer, still using drugs, but just at a more dangerous rate. And around this time, I was using so much that I lost so much weight. Good morning. I started to use drugs in different ways, like any way you could use meth, any way you could use fentanyl, I was doing it. I lost weight so much that I weighed only 130 to 140 pounds, and I had such bad psychosis. So besides my dad.
Do you want me to make a video?
It's already recording.
Oh, it's recording. Oh, okay.
Here you go.
Hello. Look at your pretty little face.
Yeah.
Oh, you really know how to make him proud.
I'm a lost cause. I was crying.
Oh, don't shoot it.
Around this point in my criminal addictive life, it was getting more and more dangerous. Guns were involved. A lot of drugs and money were involved. A lot of people were involved. I just couldn't get away from the life. I honestly got really addicted to that lifestyle with all this money coming in. Doesn't matter how much money I spend, I'll always have money. Doesn't matter what people say I can do, I can still do.
Ever since I can remember, I've been popping my collar and popping.
It's very hard to get away from that.
22-year-old man has been charged after Lethbridge police seized close to $100,000 worth of cocaine, methamphetamines, and carfentanil from a Westside home last week. It all began with a targeted traffic stop of a Dodge Caravan on September 6th, where police discovered the drugs. Following further investigation, police obtained and executed a search warrant at a home along Purdue Court. It was then that they discovered more drugs, cash, stolen clothing, and a 12-gauge shotgun. Armande John Goodrider of Lethbridge faces many charges, including drug trafficking, unlawful use of a firearm, Lethbridge police have charged a male and a female with drug offences following a bust at a Southside hotel earlier this month. Members of their Priority Crimes Unit searched the hotel on 41st Street South and seized methamphetamine, fentanyl, cocaine.
Now, at this point, I'm kind of done with everything. I don't want to sell drugs anymore. I don't want to do all that stuff anymore. I just want my family back. So I decided to get sober in jail, detox and everything, and go for bail and fight my charges. So I managed to get bailed. I get out, and I start thinking about what's recovery. What's this thing they call recovery? Still didn't know much about it, but I was just going to stay sober and keep working a construction job. And then I discovered this program with my lawyer, Drug Treatment Court. Sent in an application, I got denied. Sent in another one with my lawyer explaining to help me a little better, and I got in. And yeah.
Alrighty. This is how I'm going dressed to court. Today's the day they decide if I go to prison or not. So. Hope I don't go to prison. But if I do, you already know what it is. But if I don't, you already know what it is. Went from being rich as fuck to living in this. Well, let's know how it goes.
I'll tell you right now, man, that drug treatment court program, it was not easy. It was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, besides being sober. Like, as peaceful as this fucking picture looks with all these fucking llamas or goats or whatever the fuck you call them, that program was so fucking difficult, man. It's like having someone with a magnifying glass, whatever the fuck you call it, watching your every movement. Like, you can't mess up, man. You gotta stay on your game and stay focused in this program. And it also helped to have people around like Sage Clan, Clean Sweep, you know, like, and my case managers and my fellow participants in the program, and especially my family. They got me through a lot of things, you know. If it wasn't for a lot of these people, man, my recovery wouldn't be possible. I wouldn't have made it this far. After I graduated, man, I got a lot of comments and people telling me that they don't think I'm going to succeed after drug court, but I'm still succeeding after drug court. Very well on my own. Still sober, almost 3 years sober, so drug court does work. What's up, motherfucker? I just got bored, so I just wanted to make this random video of a collage of all my old shit that I used to do, and my crime, and my addiction, and all that type of shit. I don't know. Been thinking a lot about my past lately, and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm completely far away from the person I kind of used to be. Like, I still think about it, right? You know, still think about the drugs once in a while or stuff like that, but it's not like serious stuff where I'm gonna go do something. But it's just like, you know, like, oh man, you know, you get triggered sometimes, right? You think about, man, I miss alcohol, or I miss, you know, drugs sometimes, right? But I never get to that point where I'm wanting it again. But I don't know. I just think this video was kind of like educational, I guess you could say, where it comes through like an addict drug dealer. You know, a lot of people think all drug dealers aren't addicts sometimes. So, you know, I was one of the drug dealers that was heavily addicted to fentanyl and meth. So, you know, and got pretty bad into it. And with all that lifestyle, I think the lifestyle was more addictive than the drugs itself, because I honestly couldn't let go of that lifestyle. But I'm away from it now. I'm happy. I can move on. So I still can't believe this fucking little kid is me, and that I grew up to do all this wild shit. That's crazy.